This is a follow-up video that African marriage is equivalent to conjugal slavery and emotional wreck. A lot of persons disagreed with me by trying to justify what they grew up in and they feel right for them at least. I'm going to say more about African culture marriage and I'm going to relate it also to Christian marriage and Islamic marriage as well as English marriage. I'm confining it within these three nuptial practices because most of us are either Christians, Muslims, or traditional worshippers, aside some that will come on my page who are from other nations. So I know there are other ways marriage is practiced in some other continents. When I say an African marriage, I want you to understand that it's a compound word. In Africa, there are many countries in Africa, you agree with me, and they have different practices of marriage. But the foundation of their marriage is influenced by their environment and their tradition. That's why it's called African marriage. In Nigeria, for instance, there are different practices of this so-called African marriage. So when you say an African marriage, it's a compound word that has to do with Africans and their ways of marriage generally. For instance, in Yoruba culture, Western Nigeria, when a woman is married, she's married into a family. She's not just married to a man. Even the younger children in the family are never called by their first name. Any disrespect from the wife to the least of the people in the husband's family is seen as disrespect to everybody in the family. And that's why at times when you see husbands abusing the wife's family, say wife's parent for instance, and a word that the wife will say to abuse the husband's family will become the problem. In an African setting, when a wife gives birth and the mother-in-law comes, it is still her responsibility to make sure that the mother-in-law is taken care of. She will still wash the clothes of the mother-in-law. She will go to the kitchen for her. She will do everything for her, while the mother-in-law will still assume the position of mother-in-law, not as a mother. Unlike when the wife's mom comes, she will do all the job. She will do the cooking. She will do the tidying. And she will do even the washing of the son-in-law's clothes. There's also a place when a woman is married in African tradition that if the husband's friends come, by the tradition, she knows she has to sleep with the husband's friend. It's a tradition in Africa. There's also a place where a man must be beaten, given terrible lashes because he wants to get married to a woman. There are places where before a man marries a wife, they have to display a number of virgins before him. And they must be naked. He has to see them the way they are to pick the one that suits him. There are a whole lot of things. So when we say African marriage, don't just limit it to your own tradition. Yours is just one part of it. There's a place in Nigeria where women are seen as non-entity. Even female children do not even inherit anything from the parents. And leaving it here, in most African marriage, it's easier for them to just dash out their daughters. Our consent is irrelevant. It's not important to the parents. And that's why when you watch such places, the number of divorces is as high as you can imagine.